Dealing with prolonged battles, part 3. Now, when it comes to dealing with prolonged battles, there are times that consistent, persistent, traveling prayers may not be enough. And when you get to that level, it may be that your altar is calling for a sacrifice. When there is endless struggle and suffering, despite your traveling prayers, it might be an indication that you need to sacrifice on your altar. When there are limitations and frustrations, your prayers notwithstanding, it might be that your altar is calling for a sacrifice. When there are unending problems, prolonged afflictions, prolonged battles, your prayers notwithstanding, it may be that your altar may be demanding for a sacrifice. Now we are looking at King Solomon's mother as a case study. She was a victim of prolonged battle. She was a victim of repeated affliction. She did something scary after her child that came as a result of her affairs with David died. She made a statement in Proverbs chapter 31 verse 2. She said, "What, my son? And what, the son of my womb? And what, the son of my vow?" So Solomon was a product of her vow. Solomon was not just a product of her prayers, prevailing prayers, traveling prayers. Solomon was a product of her vow and her sacrifice. So it was obvious that she did something very scary. And as a result, the son of her vow came to life. So Solomon also understood this mystery of altars and sacrifice because he knew that he was a product of a vow made by his mother. That is why 1 Kings chapter 3 verse 3 declares concerning Solomon, "And Solomon loved the Lord, walking in the status of his father." So what is the lesson today? When your prayers seems not to be enough, when prolonged battles are still there, your prayers notwithstanding, it may be that God is calling you to raise an altar of sacrifice, because that is what put an end to prolonged battles. Altars are designed for sacrifice and not for decoration. The power and strength of every altar is determined by the weight of our sacrifice, because that is a major way to end prolonged battles in our life. I pray for you in the name of Jesus Christ, the Son of the living God. Every prolonged battle confronting you, despite your prayers, traveling prayers, consistent prayers, persistent prayers, I pray that as you rear an altar of sacrifice, that prolonged battle will come to an end in the name of Jesus Christ. Anyone in your bloodline that has made a deal with the enemy, that has entered into a covenant with spirit and has established an altar